CTV News with Sarah Freemark.
At this point, all we know that the fire started on the roof, and that if it wasn't for the wind direction that it had, the whole building could have went up.
A busy Oro-Medonte Plaza has been brought to a standstill after a massive fire broke out last night. We begin with a developing story. The future of several locally owned businesses off Highway 11 is uncertain after crews worked through the night and into today to put out a large fire. Let's head straight there now. That's where our Jack Morris joins us live tonight with more on what's happening this hour. Jack.
Well, Sarah, there are still firefighters here on the scene. They're going up on the building occasionally. You can't quite see it behind us, but they're getting up on top to check for hot spots. They're worried that the building might still flare up. They're expecting to be here until at least midnight. Now, the structural soundness of the building is still in question. We've seen some pieces that have fallen down and crashed onto the police tape here already. So the structure, we're not sure how that is holding up right now. This was the scene last night. Smoke billowing out of this commercial plaza in Oro-Medonte. The fire started on the roof.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I've never seen a fire like that up close in person.
Alan Ham owns Outdoor Pizza Ovens, one of a half dozen businesses that call this plaza home. He was driving by when the fire started, calling 911 and watching the building that housed his business burn.
The smoke was intense and the fire was coming right through the roof at that point, so it was very fast with those winds picking up.
He still doesn't know what state his business is in.
We're not allowed to go into the building until they assess the damage and make sure everything is safe.
The core of the fire burned here, where most of the damage is concentrated, but smoke and water from firefighting spread much further.
A lot of the businesses within the building were not impacted by fire. There is some water damage and some smoke damage that did occur to some of the businesses down here.
The flames were knocked down within a couple hours. Fire crews from Oro-Medonte and Severn were on the scene overnight and into today, making sure the fire didn't flare back up. An investigation is underway, but the fire department's working theory is that it's connected to some construction on the roof.
We do believe that the fire did start up on the roof area as a result of roof work being conducted. However, we are going to confirm that today through the course of our investigation.
For business owners like Ham, the cause of the fire is less important than what he's going to do now.
Right now, I can't do anything at this location. Obviously, I can still work remotely, so that's my goal for my business. But unfortunately, we are going to be limited as to what we can do.
Even if his business escaped the smoke and flames, with the damage to the building, it's not clear if it will ever reopen here. Now, Sarah, what is happening right now? We've seen that there are business owners here since we've been here. There have been business owners coming and going. They've gotten to look in depending on where the shop is. There are some further away from the fire, some closer to the fire. They've also been trying to get in to get some documents and some pictures, as well as insurance adjusters who've been on the ground here, coming in to look at the damage here and how much they might have to pay out. It is not entirely clear what they are going to do next, but things are moving along here, probably slower than many of these business owners want. Sarah.
A lot going on there. Thanks for that, Jack. That's CTV's Jack Morris reporting live for us tonight. We'll bring you more information as it becomes available. A major joint investigation between Barrie and South Simcoe Police has led to the largest stolen vehicle seizure in the history of both those services. CTV's Luke Samart reports.
I felt like I took the necessary steps to prevent, but it wasn't enough.
Gone in a matter of minutes, ring cam footage shows just how fast thieves can take your vehicle off your driveway.
Between 1:22, at the moment they stepped on my driveway, and was off my driveway by 1:26 in the morning.
The only evidence left was her window on the lawn in the morning.
I'm hoping it'll be found. I work really hard for my things, and I only had it for a year, so you can imagine.
A joint investigation by Barrie Police and South Simcoe Police has resulted in the largest stolen vehicle recovery in the history of both services. 40 stolen vehicles were recovered as part of the operation.
You can imagine they're going around the world. We're just happy to be working with our South Simcoe partners to bring them back.
19 vehicles were found in shipping containers in Montreal and Toronto, while CBSA Intelligence were able to recover 21 more in ports in the Bahamas, Spain, and Ghana.
We also have liaison officers stationed across the world. We've got about 50 of them, and we're able to coordinate with them to work with local customs officials in foreign countries. If we suspect a shipment of stolen vehicles has arrived in a foreign destination, they'll be able to interdict it there.
Ranging from SUVs to trucks and even a Lambo, with the recovered vehicles being estimated over $3 million. A 31-year-old Brampton man was arrested and charged in connection with the recovered cars. The investigation, backed by a $1.8 million grant in 2024, allowed for additional services in public education.
They may not know how to protect their vehicle, and obviously if they are educated and they have the ability to take the steps to what we call target harden, which is making it harder for their vehicle to be stolen.
It was a successful investigation, a lot of hard work, but at the end of the day, if you're doing what you can to reduce the theft of your vehicle, it helps the police, but it helps a whole bunch of things.
Despite 40 vehicles being returned to their owners, police are reminding drivers to be aware when it comes to auto theft and take additional measures, including wheel locks and anti-theft devices. Luke Simard, CTV News, Barrie.
The Ford government has unveiled Ontario's first ever defence industrial strategy as it looks to expand the sector's presence and investment in the province. Premier Doug Ford outlined the strategy at the annual CanSec Arms Expo in Ottawa, where hundreds of military equipment companies gathered hoping to sell wares. According to the government, the province's 10-year framework is dedicated to growing the defence industry in Ontario while positioning companies and workers for long-term success. The Premier noted this comes at a time when Canada and its allies are responding to increasing global uncertainty with record defense spending.
We're home to over 300 defense firms, directly employing over 13,000 workers and offering products and services all over the globe. I always say we'll put our workers against anyone in the world. We'll put our technology and ingenuity against everyone in the world or anyone in the world. We have one of the biggest networks of world-class universities with 94,000 STEM graduates every single year, top-tier research institutions, and more high-skilled workers than anywhere in Canada.
The Premier also pointed to Ontario's capacity to generate electricity and the province's deposits of critical minerals. He says the strategy could add $400 million to provincial coffers every year by 2035. Meanwhile, Barrie Mayor Alex Nuttall also at the CanSec conference today, looking to position the city as a key player in Canada's defence and advanced manufacturing sectors. Barrie unveiled a $50 million incentive to help fast-track defence investment and mayoral direction. It is aimed at making the city more attractive to defense and security investment through a plan that includes updating zoning rules, creating new financial incentives, and launching a dedicated process to speed up projects.
You know, we worked for many years to try to get new land into Barrie for production and manufacturing, creating jobs. And now we're able to align all of that with obviously what is a very important cause in terms of our national sovereignty and certainly supporting those who serve our country day in and day out.
Some areas of land have already been put aside to showcase to defense companies, and with a long history alongside Canadian Forces Base Borden, the mayor is trying to incentivize businesses to work with the city in hopes of boosting jobs and the local economy, all while supporting the nation's broader defense industry strategy. Well, it seems that the birds are back in town, ready for nesting season at Wasaga Beach. The town says 2 piping plovers have returned to the beachfront as conservation efforts continue along the popular shoreline. Stewardship teams are now on site to protect habitat and monitor activity, as well as educate beachgoers. Officials are urging visitors to respect posted signage, stay out of fenced areas, and avoid disturbing wildlife during the busy summer season ahead. And pops of color have returned to Heritage Park as city flower beds are in full bloom. With each passing day as the warm weather holds on, residents and visitors alike, as well as their 4-legged companions, have been enjoying the waterfront. Always a very busy place. Speaking of things in bloom, Case, my dad sent me a lovely little picture today of the lilac bush in front of the farm, and he says the scent has absolutely filled the air. I miss that so much about home.
Well, you got to go for a little drive in and around this area. Lilacs are out, and I was out driving today in the Beaton area, and yes, indeed, lilacs are out, and they smell fantastic, and the wind's blowing the scent all over the place. It really is. Sunny skies, and yeah, there is a bit of a wind. Let's continue on with the first look at the forecast. Brought to you by thegraveldrivewayguy.com, your local gravel driveway expert. 26 kilometers an hour out of the west right now, gusting as high as about 40. 17 degrees as we speak here at 33 Beacon Road, beautiful CTV Barrie studios. The temperature outside your door as we speak, wherever you may be. How about 23 degrees in the sunshine city of Orillia, 20 in Gravenhurst, 17 in Parry Sound, 18 in Mount Forest, 19 in Toronto, and 15 degrees in Alliston, Ontario. This is the radar satellite image. Yeah, there's a couple clouds. There's one. That's all I see. Oh, there's two. Yep, and it's looking good. It truly is a beautiful evening for a walk. And coming up just a few minutes' time, yes, it's a little on the cool side for this time of year, but when are we heating up? Well, that's what everyone's asking, and that answer can be found in the wind, I'm told, but I'll share that wind with you in just a little while. Oh, that sounded kind of odd. Sarah, back inside.
Well, I'm glad you put on an extra layer this evening. It was tough to watch you shiver all through the newscast last night. We'll see a little later, Case. 4 local hospitals worked through some major delays yesterday after a planned software upgrade triggered a code gray alert. Royal Victoria Regional Health Centre, Georgian Bay General, Collingwood General and Marine and Headwaters Healthcare Centre all reported temporary infrastructure issues during the system transition. RVH says patient care continued safely using backup procedures while technical teams worked to fix the problem.
So this is our core information system that doctors and nurses use in their day-to-day. It's also the same information system that you would have your lab, diagnostic imaging, and pharmacy using to send the results back to those doctors and nurses to care for patients. This is a very important system to our hospital.
Patients in Barrie, Midland, Collingwood and Orangeville were warned to expect longer wait times with some appointments, procedures and diagnostic tests delayed and will continue to be over the next couple of days. York Regional Police are searching for a man wanted in connection with 2 break-and-enters at the same home in King Township. Officers say 31-year-old Kenyan Tapsy allegedly broke into a residence in the Keel Street and Davis Drive area last weekend, assaulting 2 people before fleeing. He allegedly returned to the same home the next day but left before officers arrived. He's also wanted on an outstanding warrant in the city of Kawartha Lakes. To our courts now, and the jury trial of a 27-year-old man accused of first-degree murder of his best friend, William Schernhammer of Alliston. CTV's Mike Arcelides reports, but first a warning that details may be disturbing to some.
During an impassioned speech to the jury, defense lawyer Sam Goldstein broke down crying on at least 2 occasions. He pleaded with the jury to find Gabriel DiCecco guilty of manslaughter and not first- or second-degree murder in the killing of his best friend, William Schernhammer.
Your mom's car has f***ing bullets in it, man.
Goldstein admitting to the jury while his client may be odd, awkward, and unsophisticated, he did not plan to kill Schernhammer on the night of January 12, 2024, calling the killing a chaotic, emotional, unplanned attack that happened when DiCecco says Schernhammer tried to force himself on him sexually while they sat in the car south of Alliston, imploring the jury to acquit DiCecco of murder on the grounds of provocation.
He raped me.
The Crown argued DiCecco murdered Schernhammer when he fired 4 shots at him at close range with a shotgun he had in his car that night. The defense claimed DiCecco planned to sell the gun, but brought it with him to a drug house in Barrie when Schernhammer asked him for a ride to pick up cocaine that night. The jury has heard over the course of the 3-week trial before Justice Vanessa Christie that DiCecco initially denied he knew anything about Schernhammer's disappearance.
So I stopped the car, he got out, and he went left.
Later telling investigators a stranger in a mask emerged from a field and inexplicably shot Schernhammer, and in a panic, DiCecco dumped his friend's body on the side of the road. At that point, police and family members had been searching for Schernhammer for 9 days after telling his loved ones he was heading out to buy cigarettes with DiCecco and never returned. The Crown argues DiCecco planned to murder Schernhammer, who had often teased DiCecco about his sexuality. DiCecco has been in custody since his arrest, his lawyer telling the court he is not a good communicator, a high school dropout, who worked odd jobs, smoked weed, and played video games, often with Schernhammer, who was his best and only friend. DiCecco claimed Schernhammer had sexually assaulted him in 2016. Those allegations were unfounded, and police did not investigate further. Goldstein saying DiCecco's version of events should be believed, arguing he killed his friend in a moment of chaos, fear, and panic. "I have faith in you," said Goldstein. "Gabriel has faith in you, too. Find Gabriel guilty of manslaughter." Justice Christie is scheduled to continue delivering her final instructions to the jury tomorrow. Mike Arsledy, CTV News, Barrie.
Hundreds of OPSU members rallied in downtown Toronto today. Members are expressing their opposition to what the union describes as the Ford government's push for privatization in Ontario's healthcare system. The group started at Union Station, then marched through the downtown core before ending up outside Queen's Park, where they ended their demonstration outside of Legislature. And we do have some sad news to bring you from the hockey world. Four-time Stanley Cup champion Claude Lemieux has died. Just this past Monday, he carried the pre-game torch into the Bell Centre ahead of the Montreal Canadiens game against the Hurricanes. Lemieux won championships with the Habs, the Devils, and the Avalanche. He passed away at the age of 60. Now, he also had ties to Barrie, as his son Brendan spent 3 seasons playing for the Barrie Colts from 2012 to 2015. He then followed in his father's footsteps, building a career in the NHL, where they shared the nickname Pepe and were famously, or perhaps infamously, known as the only father-son pair in the league to each be suspended for biting an opponent. A major new hub designed to help students thrive both in and out of the classroom opened today.
I'm pleased to share that our long-standing partner, Guard Me International Insurance, has come forward with a $1.25 million investment in our shared vision for student success.
There's a look at the new Georgian College Guard Me Student Success and Care Center, bringing a wide range of support services under one roof and online. It's meant to make it easier for students to access academic help, wellness support, and personnel resources all in one location.
We have the Guard Me Student Success Center at Georgian, but we also have athletic centers. We also have an Indigenous center. We also have a library. So there's many places where students can connect. What we've done here at the Student Success and Care Center is bring the well-being and career services under one roof.
It is a safe space. I mean, the design of the space, the brightness, the colors used inside, some of the Indigenous artwork. I mean, this is all about creating a space. It can be daunting for students to have to come and access other supports that they may not feel confident in accessing. So we're trying to create a space where we want them to come and seek help and support.
Started in Thornhill 25 years ago, Guard Me, which is a family-owned insurance provider, donated $1.2 million to bring the center from vision to reality. There's some long-awaited news to share for fans of heated rivalry. We now know when a highly coveted piece of clothing that appears in the show will be on sale.
All right, so tonight we can do the men's short form figure skating? Or? My buddy Joe's in that program. We'll train together.
That's Hudson Williams as Shane Hollander in the romance series, partially shot here in our region and produced by Crave, CTV's Bell Media partner. As fans celebrated the show, many wanted to get their hands on the Team Canada fleece he's wearing. Retailer Province of Canada says pre-sales will start online next week. 10% of the proceeds will go to You Can Play, an organization aimed at addressing homophobia and other forms of discrimination in hockey. Still to come, the popularity of pop music still prevails. How it's being woven into local elementary school curriculum in the most 90s way. Plus, pampering for the youngest generation. How this specialized spa is heightening wellness for both babies and their caregivers. You're watching CTV News Barrie.
Presented by Paul Sadlin Motors.
Music, it's a small community, so when something's really good, we all want to be part of it.
We have an amazing music scene here. Having people come together in community, listen to some amazing local artists, brings the downtown alive. It brings our city alive.
Troubadour Festival 2026 is going to be off the hook. Road Hammers, got the Watchmen, Bahamas, going to be great.
Thanks for staying with us. St. Cecilia Catholic School in Alliston is turning back the clock next month with a full-on 90s music experience.
It's a show for our Music Society bands as well as our dance team to celebrate music education and perform songs from the 90s, which is going to be a lot of fun, and a lot of parents, I believe, in this generation will really appreciate it because it'll be songs that they know from when they were growing up.
That's my era. The school's foyer at 100 Willoughby Way will be transformed into a 90s time capsule featuring live student bands, a dance team, and a special performance by the teacher band, Paper Jam. The show is all about exploring the value of pop music.
This is the rhythm of the night. The night. Oh yeah.
The whole idea of music education, songs that they know, not traditional classical songs, but something that they know that they're familiar with, is something really important to me. My first musical experience was the 90s, so for me to bring that back to the students and give them the opportunity to play some instruments, play some music, and make it 90s.
The Big Parent Show hits the elementary school stage June 9th at 6 p.m. Admission is free, but donations will be accepted to go towards supporting the school. A new spa in Barrie is making waves with its tiniest clients. Little Angel's Baby Spa and Massage in South Barrie offers massage, osteopathy, hydrotherapy, and more, all designed just for babies. The calming space pairs certified medical and healthcare professionals with little ones and their parents for relaxation, wellness, and a little well-deserved pampering.
We serve right from 4 months old all the way to 12 years old. There's so many benefits. Muscle development, digestion, circulatory system works.
How does that feel?
Good.
Aww. And while the little ones unwind, moms and dads can treat themselves to a relaxing massage too. Cookie lovers proved once again that a little kindness goes a long way.
Come on.
Cookie on 3. 1, 2, 3. Cookie. Nothing wrong with that.
This year's Tim Hortons Smile Cookie campaign raised more than $210,000 for RVH and Hospice Simcoe Season Center. At $2 a cookie, that means more than 100,000 Smile cookies were baked, sold, and shared across the community. The funds will help support RVH's expanding maternal child program and Hospice Simcoe's end-of-life care and grief support services. Many laced up last night to hit the pavement and help support local causes across the community.
3, 2, 1.
The 39th annual Barrie Fun Run took place, organized by the Rotary Club. Participants of all ages gathered at the South Shore Community Center, taking on distances ranging from 250 meters for the kids to a full 10K, and every step last night helped support numerous community initiatives.
This is our 39th annual Rotary Club of Barrie Fun Run. We do it every year. We've been at it 39 years. Next year is our 40th anniversary, and this is the perfect night for us. Last year was nothing but rain. All the money that we raised tonight will all go back into the community.
We're running the 5K at the Barrie Rotary Fun Run.
Yep, 39th year. This is our 5th time out in a row. We've done it basically ever since we got married 5 years ago.
Money raised goes directly to local Rotary projects, from youth programs to community service initiatives right here in Barrie. Whether you are looking to learn more about them or perhaps you have a local event coming up, you can let us know about it or learn more on our website. As always, ctvnews.ca/Barrie, or use your cell phone to scan that QR code on your screen. The May real estate numbers are about to come out, and there's seemingly stabilization on the horizon. Joining us now in the CTV Barrie studio is real estate broker Peggy Hill. I understand you're giving us a look ahead of what we can expect.
And you're going to be so surprised, Sarah, because typically I come on here and tell you all about the first-time buyers and how they're driving our market. And I went through the numbers for the last few weeks, and guess what, guys? Midland actually has more inventory than, say, Bradford. So when we look at the market starting to come back, it typically comes back in the south before it comes back to us. So the fact that Toronto's busy, Bradford is busy, and yet Midland has a higher number of homes for sale, and the reason for that is that if people can get the same price point in Barrie, they won't drive to Midland. It's just too far out, you know, to go back and forth to work. But when the price points start getting, you know, up in Barrie, they will drive to Midland. So what I'm trying to tell you is that we're seeing some kind of base being formed, and the base is being formed in the south. So that gives me a lot of hope for what's ahead for us in the summer, because once we get a base built, then we can start building on that. But we haven't been able to find a base. So you will see May was a great month. And remember I said to you guys, the numbers we're comparing to are from May last year, and May last year wasn't the prettiest. You know, we did have tariffs, we had all that stuff going on, and it was fairly new to us. But you'll see that people are kind of tired of talking about all this tariff. They need to move on with their lives. So first-time buyers are still active, but now the second-time sellers are active.
And so is that why you mentioned building inventory? The builder's
Yes.
inventory is starting to move.
It is starting to move, and a lot of that obviously has to do with the fact that the Ontario government has given this rebate. So basically, if you buy a builder's home for $1 million, you'll get somewhere between $80,000 and $100,000 off that price, because a lot of the HST was already built in. The only problem we're having right now is there was a provincial fund and a federal fund. So the provincial fund is done. It's passed. It's gone through. The federal fund, they've already said they're obligated to do it. However, it hasn't passed. So a lot of people are a little bit nervous about actually doing it because they want the proof. Like, it's a lot of money to take a gamble on $100,000. Like, I don't know if I'm that much of a gambling person. But when those things come into, like, when they're actually finalized, you'll see a lot more builders. And personally, I think it was more like a builder bailout, because they've had so much inventory sitting on the sidelines. This was a way to help them move some of it, and it's working.
Okay. Well, here's something that you can bet on, and I know that you already know the inside scoop on this, but
I am a betting girl.
You do. Well, here's something you can bet on. Another Troubadour announcement is coming up in just a few minutes here on CTV.
Who will it be?
Yes, this is for the young ones out there and the families. This is very, very exciting, the addition. That'll be coming up in just a few minutes, but right now let's head outside to Case.
Weather across the country? Well, in the west, it's sunny and hot. In the east, it's cool and rainy. In the center, it's sunny and cool. Yeah, in more ways than one. Forecast is next. And our weather watch artiste, well, Kira's got a question. How many colors in a rainbow in the sky? She says 6. I'll have the answer for you after the break. You're watching CTV News Barrie.
The Real Estate Spotlight is brought to you by the Peggy Hill team. Picture this, brought to you by Bounce 1041 and Pure Country 106.
I'm very much enjoying this week's theme. However you are embracing spring sports, golf, soccer, early dip in the pool, capture those photos and email them to us. Picture this at ctv.ca for a chance to be featured. Let's head outside. Okay, Case, you posed a question to me. What was it?
It was actually our weather watch artiste. Kira says, how many colors in the rainbow? How many colors in the rainbow when you look up in the sky and see the rainbow? How many? Is there 6? What are they and how many?
So I'm going to admit that I went ahead and cheated. So do you know what the actual answer is?
Yes, I cheated too.
What is it?
It's 7.
Okay, traditionally divided into 7 distinct colors. However, technically it contains an infinite spectrum of over 1 million colors. I don't have my glasses on, as it blends continuously from one hue to the next.
There you go. The colors? Here they are here. Orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, red, and indigo.
Roji Biv?
Indigo. The lost color of indigo. Isn't that fantastic? No indigo skies right now, but we're in for a gorgeous South Georgian Bay sunset, and that'll happen in just a few minutes' time, actually, about 8:53 this evening. Let's talk about the forecast, and let's talk about what a gorgeous night it will be. A cool, gorgeous night. Yes, sunny and cool. Central Ontario, that's what we're looking at. Western Canada gets all the heat and sun, and Eastern Canada, well, it's kind of wet and cool. This is 16 degrees in Collingwood, 18 in Newmarket. Call it 17 in Barrie, 23 degrees. What's going on in the Sunshine City of Aurelia? Hot, hot, hot. Yes, 21 degrees and 8. That's the high and low, normally speaking. A record 33 degrees in 2012. And record low minus 0.6 way back in 1907. Sun rises at 5:39 tomorrow, sets at about 8:53, 15 hours and 14 minutes of daylight. Roll the forecast radar. Look at the winds coming down from the north. That's the cool wind, right? That's the, showers. Well, I think we're going to be all right, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're going to be all right. Slight chance? Oh, do explain. Southern tip of Georgian Bay, Lake Simcoe, 7, 9, 11 degrees. Relatively clear skies or clearing as we speak. Beautiful night for a walk. Wear a jacket. 21, 23 degrees, mainly sunny skies for you to enjoy on your Friday. Yeah. That feels good, doesn't it? Entirely normal, 21 degrees. Orangeville, Bradford, Georgina, Newmarket, Richmond Hill, 6, 8, 10 degrees. Clearing skies this evening. Tomorrow, 22, 24, 26 in Richmond Hill. Mainly sunny skies for your Friday as we say goodbye to May. Parry Sound, Huntsville, Bracebridge, Gravenhurst, Haliburton, 7 and 8 degrees overnight under clear skies. And for tomorrow, well, it looks like 19 and 20 degrees. Sun and cloud, and as per that forecast radar, there is a slight chance of a shower. The northern section up around the Huntsville area, slight chance of a shower. Oh, so slight. Not much rain and a very slight chance. That's tonight and tomorrow. Now time for the Diamond and Diamond Lawyers 5-day extended forecast. And here we go. Starting at Simcoe County. Sunshine for Saturday and Sunday. 18 and 19 degrees for the high. A little cooler than normal, but sunny, sunny, sunny. It will feel warmer with that gorgeous sunshine. Monday and Tuesday. Well, Monday there's a slight chance of a shower. 19 degrees. Fair skies and fair skies again on the Tuesday and 20 degrees. This is the 5-day extended forecast for York Region, and sunny skies Saturday and Sunday, 19, 20 degrees. Slight chance of a shower on the Monday under fair skies at 20. Look at, we're really hanging on, 19, 20, aren't we? Oh, there's 21 there on Tuesday. Sun and cloud, yes. Muskoka, Parry Sound, Haliburton, have a look. Lovely weekend right across our region. 18 degrees and sunny skies on Saturday. Sunday looks lovely too, 19 degrees. Slight chance of a passing shower. That would be in the evening. Monday, it looks like fair skies, and that slight chance of a shower remains 19 degrees. And 19 degrees and sun and cloud on the Tuesday. And Tuesday would be June 2nd, ladies and gentlemen. That's the weather on land. How about the weather on the water? What are we looking at right now? Well, this is our Marine Report brought to you by Suzuki Marine, North Lake Huron and South Lake Huron. Well, we're looking at strong wind warnings, both. Winds are out of the north, 10 to 20 knots, and waves 1 to 1.5 meters in height, building to tomorrow, 1.5 meters in height on Friday. Georgian Bay and Lake Simcoe Marine Report. It looks like, yes, the strong wind warning continuing, and winds 15 to 20 out of the northeast in Georgian Bay, and waves look like 1 to 1.5 in height, building for Friday. And Lake Simcoe, it looks like much the same situation, although the winds 15 to 20 knots out of the north, and again, the waves anywhere from 1 to 1.5 meters in building into Friday. That's the weather on land and water. Back inside.
Have you ever spent much time on water growing up?
Lots of time on the water.
How?
Lots of time.
We had a tin fishing boat. What about you?
I would have, no, I've never had not a tin fishing boat. That's for sure. Lots of time. Yes, I was yachting. Yes. Thurston, Uncle Thurston and I, yes.
Thanks, Casey. Let's talk about the Troubadour Festival, because we had hinted towards this a little earlier in the newscast. We're adding a family-friendly twist this year. I mean, it was always family-friendly, but now we are launching the new Troubadour Treehouse stage.
This is my happy song. I like to sing it all day long.
super simple song stars Katie and Toby will take over Meridian Place on June 6th with a free summer sing-along packed with music and dancing. Fans can also grab tickets for an exclusive meet and greet with Katie and Toby following the performance. I'll be hosting the event and we'll be chatting with that duo next week here on CTV Barrie. The Troubadour Festival Treehouse stage brought to you by Paul Sadlin Motors. Now the festival itself, it really is a partnership. We here at CTV Barrie with Pure Country 106, Bounce 104.1 and the Downtown Barrie BIA are working together. We've created a specialized page. You can find it at ctvnews.ca/Barrie and then click on that little summer concert tab. Earlier this month, a man set out on his own marathon of hope, retracing Terry Fox's cross-country journey with his own twist. CTV Sean Leathong brings us his story.
You'll see his thumb extended. Notice the bright propeller hat, and then the sign he's holding. Quinn Strang is hitchhiking across Canada to raise money for cancer research, but
I have absolutely no clue what's going to happen next.
Standing on the side of the road in Toronto, this journey has been long, not just on the road, but personally, as the 20-year-old has beaten cancer twice.
I was diagnosed when I was 15 with Ewing sarcoma, so I had a tumor in my left femur that spread throughout my body, my lungs and my lymph nodes, and I had about a 15% chance to live. I beat it, and then I relapsed again when I was 17, and I had to get a femur transplant.
His journey through cancer treatment was inspiration to take on this one, following in the footsteps of Terry Fox.
No nation or any group of any people in the world will ever be as united as Canada was when Terry Fox did his Marathon of Hope. And, you know, I could never imagine running across Canada with a prosthetic leg, but if I can stick out my thumb and that gets attention to a good cause, I'll do my own take on it.
This is day one. On May 17th, Strang stuck his feet in the Atlantic Ocean in St. John's, Newfoundland, and has spent the past 12 days meeting Canadians on his way west.
I have made it to Parliament here in Ottawa.
With a new story at every stop.
And I ended up getting blessed by a Buddhist monk in Ottawa, and I drove a Porsche through the countryside, and I had no clue that was going to happen.
Thea Alba and her partner found Quinn near Perth, Ontario, bringing him all the way to the GTA.
I don't think I would have done it on my own, but he was just this kid with like a sign, and I when I saw what he was doing, I was like, I have to help out in some way.
And help out Canadians have. Quinn Strang's GoFundMe page has already raised over $40,000.
My goal is to raise $100,000. That is $1 for everybody from the city of Moncton.
But while it can be hard to be picked up as a hitchhiker, Quinn hopes his appearance can be disarming.
I feel like people will be more outgoing and trustworthy of some idiot kid wearing a propeller hat. Hey there, where are you guys heading?
He has each new driver autograph his sign. The goal is to make it to Victoria, BC by June 15th before flying back to his job as a lifeguard in Moncton. From now until then,
you meet these amazing people and all these amazing stories happen, and you just never know what's going to happen next.
Trusting that his thumb, his hat, and his sign will get him there. Sean Leathong, CTV News.
Still to come, a woman has won a big prize with the lottery, but she can't collect. After the break, we'll tell you what's holding her back from cashing in that jackpot. Stay with us. Recapping our top stories, a busy Oromadante Plaza has been brought to a standstill after a massive fire broke out last night. Officials say the fire started just after 6 p.m. An investigation is ongoing. A joint investigation, meanwhile, by Barrie Police and South Simcoe Police resulted in the largest stolen vehicle recovery in the history of both services. 40 stolen vehicles were recovered as part of the operation. All right, time now to move right into our markets on this Thursday. The TSX was up 105 points, the Dow was up 24, and the Nasdaq was up 242. And commodities, oil was up, closing at $88.90 a barrel. Gold was up, finishing at $4,532 an ounce, and our dollar was up, ending the day at 72.42 cents US. Almost half of Ontario's adult population plays the lottery regularly, and if you do win big, there are certain things you have to do before you can collect your prize. CTV's Pat Foran explains.
She's been disappointed a bit, I can tell. She can't go out shopping and spend her windfall.
Brian Burrows of London says his 98-year-old mother, Jessie, has been frustrated trying to cash in her winning $1,000 scratch and win ticket. She hit the jackpot in early April.
Oh, I was excited. I thought, this is terrific. I can pay off my visa. But I've had real trouble getting it.
While prizes of $999 or less can be paid out by a retailer if they have the money available, winnings of $1,000 or more are processed through the OLG Prize Center.
When I went to the store to get it, they told me they couldn't give me $1,000.
If you win over $1,000 in the lottery, you need valid ID to collect it. You can't use your Ontario health card, but you can use your driver's license, passport, or Ontario photo card. But it has to be up to date and not expired. Jessie no longer drives and her passport is no longer valid.
I took pictures of the ticket front and back and the pictures of her ID, but they said her passport was expired.
Brian just wants his mother to collect her rightful prize.
She's 98 and she's a very law-abiding person all her life, worked hard all her life, and here she is, and she wins $1,000 and she's still waiting for it.
CTV News reached out to the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation, and a spokesperson said the prize center arranged to have OLG investigators visit her at her home, confirm her identity, and complete the prize claim. Miss Burrows was declared the rightful owner of the ticket and is being paid her $1,000 prize. That was great news for Jessie, who says she plans to pay off her credit card bill and maybe try her luck with one more scratch-off ticket. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Go Pat. On the other side of the break, from highlight reel plays to clutch moments, we catch up with Blue Jays star Andres Jimenez. Stay with us. That story next. Here's a look at your primetime lineup. 4 back-to-back episodes of New Girl starting at 8, followed by Criminal Minds at 10 p.m. and CTV News Barrie at 11. Welcome back. In the latest edition of CTV's Hometown Teams series, we caught up with one of baseball's smoothest defenders, Andre Jimenez.
I grew up in Barquisimeto, Lara, Venezuela. I started playing baseball since 3 years old, so that's the only thing that I know to do. Being a dad, I take chances on my off day to spend time with my kids and my family. If we have the chance to go to a zoo, we go to a zoo, or we stay at home, but just enjoying family.
Is there anything else that sticks out as like a hobby or something like that you do?
That's a good question. I need to find a hobby. Playing my computer, playing some Warzone with my friends, playing some FIFA.
Andres Jimenez!
I like the CN Tower, and that's the only place that the aquarium. I went there with my family, so I like that one.
Do you have any restaurants that are like your go-to?
Yeah, I like the Cake. I like Silent Age. Really good Mexican food over there.
What do you love about Toronto?
I like everything. Always been one of my, when I was in Cleveland, it was Toronto. It was one of my favorite place to go on the road. So now I'm playing here and I feel more in love with the city. I like everything about it. A lot of food, diversity, different cultures. So it kind of reminds me of Venezuela.
You heard it here first, Case. If you're going to Toronto for dinner, the restaurant to choose, the Keg.
Okay, there you go. And this kind of reminds you of Venezuela, eh? Okay, a little cooler, eh? All right, let's talk about the get up and go forecast and how cool is it? Well, it's a cool place to be first thing in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning in Barrie. Plenty of sunshine at 10 degrees. We're in double digits. Yes, we are in double digits. 12 degrees and plenty of sunshine in Newmarket, and sun and cloud and 10 degrees in Gravenhurst. Have yourself a fantastic evening back inside, Sarah.
Thank you very much, Casey Colby. And as you all saw, Jack is back, so he will wrap things up for you tonight at 11. I'm Sarah Freemark. Thanks so much for spending this hour with us. Good night.